This episode is brought to you by Camp False Hopes. For 30 years, empowering children with the belief that they're special. Now accepting applications for summer 2020. You are listening to Questionable Material with Jack Helmuth and Brian Sack. This episode, the new ISIS leader, problematic television, and dead celebrities. Merry Christmas, Jack.
What? It's not Christmas.
Halloween's over. It's Christmas time. It's Christmas season, everybody.
Yes, that's
Merry
right.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, according to CVS, it's
Lowe's.
Christmas.
I walked into Lowe's a week ago and it was Christmas.
Wow, and that wasn't even Thanksgiving.
No, they had the inflatable Santa already.
Huh.
And all the Christmas, the Halloween decorations were already gone. It wasn't even Halloween.
And you know what's really heinous about it is that it's for Christmas 2021.
That's right. They were so far in advance. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, let us enjoy this Christmas first.
No, they can't. Marketing.
Man, those people are sharks.
Slobs.
Slobs?
I don't know. It felt like a thing to say.
So how was your Halloween?
My Halloween was sad.
Why?
I'll tell you why, Jack. You want to know why?
Yes, that's why I asked
Because
initially.
I have two kids. One kid is jaded, as I told you, and doesn't do Halloween anymore.
Yep.
So he just stayed in. The other one, the 12-year-old, he still does Halloween.
Okay.
He went as a communist, but he went to his friend's house in New Jersey. So I didn't get to go trick-or-treating with him.
Oh, was that your first time since having kids not going trick-or-treating with them?
Yes.
Aw.
It was. So it was kind of sad. And there's a Japanese supermarket nearby.
Sure.
And years ago for kids' goodie bag at a birthday party, when I was putting those things together, you know, when you do that?
Yeah, of course.
I went and bought all this crazy Japanese candy because they have insane candy.
Right.
And pornography. But I only bought candy.
Good man.
But I bought all the candy for these goodie bags.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a huge hit that I've always remembered that kids just love this stuff.
Sure.
So I thought for Halloween, we're in an apartment building and I know every year only about 10 kids come by.
Yep.
So I went and I bought like 15 boxes of this really funky Japanese candy called Every Burger.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a little box and it's got little mini hamburgers in it. It's like really weird, but kids absolutely love it.
Right.
And so I had this stack that's near the door. Guess how many people came by Halloween night?
I'm going to go with 3.
Nope.
4?
Nope. Aim lower.
Really?
Yes.
1. No way.
Yeah. One kid showed up and she was so young. She was like, "Kapaka mama." Like the dad was just sitting. It was probably her first Halloween. And he introduced me as downstairs neighbor. So she didn't even appreciate it because she's too young. She's not going to have a memory of this wonderful, wonderful man giving her this Every Burger Japanese candy. So now guess what I've been eating all day?
Jeez. I don't, there's nothing from your story that would lead me to any sort of guess. What have you been eating all day?
Lab rats. But I should be asking you how your Halloween was.
Well, yes. Well, because I have an 8-year-old and a 6-year-old.
So you have more Halloween stories to tell.
I do. So I have. Did you dress up as anything, by the way, before I tell my story?
No, I didn't because it didn't even occur to me this time.
Yeah.
I used to really love Halloween and dressing up. Oh, my kids got a lecture from their school on cultural appropriation.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they're like, don't dress like this. Make sure you don't dress. They like total buzzkill.
But like, what were some of the things they're not allowed to dress as?
You can't be an Indian.
Okay.
You know, nothing that could be perceived as offensive. I mean, it's just like, okay. And I went when I was at the Halloween store with the one who dressed up as a communist. The lady at the Halloween store was complaining that her kindergarten told her that the kids couldn't wear masks.
Really?
And I could not wrap my head. Like, what about masks is bad? Like, is there something I'm missing? So my son decided he didn't want to culturally appropriate. So he went as a communist, and you want to know what his communism thing was?
I'd love to. What?
So it was a latex mask. It was a guy with a big mustache and a giant nose. And then he has like a little Red Star hat that he got for a birthday once. And he got a cigar that had jewels on it. And he's like, I'm a communist. I'm like, all right, dude, that's good.
That's awesome.
He's
now polling 3rd in Iowa.
Exactly. I was just gonna say that. Yeah, he's now the Queens City Council.
Cool. That's really awesome. But so we went around our neighborhood and it was a lovely time, except my daughter got sick at the end. She has a fever and was out of school today.
Wow. So you sure maybe she was poisoned, like a Reese's that had a fever in it? Because that's the thing that happens.
Yeah.
Since the 70s, Jack.
I remember.
Razor blades inside candy.
Yep.
And fevers.
Yes. And fever apples, fever Reese's.
Maybe she got a fever Reese's.
Oh, man.
Yeah. Think about that.
Well, I ate most of her candy, so
Sure.
and I'm fine.
Yeah, it shows.
I know it does.
So she got sick. So
she got sick.
Sorry.
So we went to this house, and I want to tell this story.
Okay.
So my wife and I, we buy this house. We live in Westchester County, which is a county up the Hudson River, close enough to see the city, but like a half-hour train ride from the city, so from New York City,
or 6 hours by car.
So when we first bought the house, we bought the house in July of 2015, and big deal, like sort of out of our price range, our first house ever. You know, I just turned 40 and was only just now buying my first house. Very excited to get this house. And we closed the deal. And about a week later, I get an email from my stepmother. And she says to me, there's a man who was just arrested for child pornography charges, for like having a bunch of child pornography on a computer. And I was like, oh, well, you know, every town has that. It's not, you know, so this guy got caught. I just can't get myself worked up about it. So I did a little research, and it's 4 houses down from me.
Seriously?
Yes. So it wasn't, you know, it's a town of like 11,000 people. So I'm like, okay, so one of the 11,000 people is a creep. We probably got even more than that. 4 houses down. So I look it up and like, oh gosh, that's my street name. And he had 3 kids of his own and all this stuff. So I thought about that yesterday, because we went trick-or-treating at his house, and and they're still married, and his wife was there handing out candy.
Wow.
Yeah. And
it's harsh. I don't know. I have mixed feelings, because you never know. Maybe he was convicted of it.
His wife actually went on and did a off-Broadway show about it. So this isn't.
Brother. Yeah,
he did this.
Weird.
She talks about it.
Okay. Right.
And they stayed together.
They're working it out, I guess.
I guess so.
Probably better for the kids.
Yeah. But man, imagine buying your first house. Though.
Yeah, that's
like,
a weird thing.
I did it. I'm providing for my kids.
Yeah.
And then and especially because, as you know, my kids are sexy as hell.
They're gorgeous.
Thank you.
Did you say stay away from my sexy kids?
I said that a number of times. Yeah. And he just would smile at me.
Stand your ground.
Yeah. So that was that. I was reminded of that this Halloween as my children walked up to his front door and got candy.
Oh, that's brutal.
Yeah. And sexy underwear. Hey, Brian.
Yes, Jack.
I thought it might be fun if we'd play a brand new game on our show.
What's the game, Jack?
It's called Celebrity Tombstones, and here's how it works.
Okay.
Even celebrities die. Do you agree?
I believe so. David Bowie died.
Yeah.
He was a celebrity.
He was a celebrity.
Prince died.
He died.
He was a celebrity.
He was.
Michael Jackson died.
He did.
He was a celebrity.
He was.
Bette Midler died.
She didn't.
No, she's alive. I know it.
Yeah. So she's alive. But one day she'll be dead.
That's right. And Crispin Glover.
Well, you listed like the 5 biggest celebrities in the world there.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. So I was thinking it might be fun if we looked at some celebrities, and I'm going to give you the celebrity.
Okay.
And I want you to give me the epitaph that's going to be on their tombstone.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. So celebrity tombstones.
All right.
The celebrity's going to die. And every once in a while, just to throw you off guard, I'm going to ask you how these celebrities are going to die.
Okay.
Because I know you're really good at that.
I am good at predicting the death of celebrities.
So, for example, Bette Midler, who you brought up, I know she's top of mind. How is Bette Midler going to die?
Ironically, there was no wind beneath her wings.
That's ironic.
Yeah.
So I imagine there would be some mention of irony on the tombstone.
There would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's sad. Well, let's see. Well, there we go. Good to know. Great job. You're already off to a boom and start. Oprah Winfrey, maybe the biggest celebrity of them all. What would her celebrity tombstone read?
Now I am the color purple.
It's great. That's beautiful.
Thank you, sir.
That's tight.
Thank you.
That's a good one right there. Here's a celebrity for you, Brian.
Okay.
One of the highest paid celebrities still to this day.
Ooh.
Rush Limbaugh.
Rush Limbaugh.
Yeah.
This is the only part of me that's left.
Oh, that's a smart one.
Clever.
That's very smart.
Thank you.
That's a very good one.
Thank you.
And now maybe the opposite of Rush Limbaugh, Elton John.
Elton John.
Still alive somehow. Elton John is 72 years old.
Okay. Elton John. Saturday night's all right for decomposing.
Yeah. That's beautiful, Brian.
Yeah.
Good job.
Thanks.
Let's keep it across the pond
Okay.
for a minute. How about Meghan, Duchess of Sussex?
Princess
Meghan Markle.
Meghan Markle.
Mm-hmm.
The princess died.
Oh. That's going to be really tough for Harry.
Yeah.
Oh,
but it makes for a good epitaph.
It does.
Yeah.
I mean, you got to have good epitaph.
Yeah.
That's what they say. That's important.
And you do it in that Princess Bride font.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good one.
Thanks.
Here's another person from across the pond, although we consider him a Hollywood royalty, but right now he lives over in London, I believe. Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp.
Yep.
Johnny Depp.
In the news a lot lately for all the wrong reasons. Johnny Depp.
Till Depp do I part.
Who's the biggest movie in your mind? First name that pops your head. Who's the biggest movie star in the world?
Tom Cruise.
Exactly.
Okay.
That is who I was going to say.
Okay.
So Tom Cruise, biggest movie star in the world. Tom Cruise. What will his celebrity tombstone read? The only mission that was impossible was staying alive.
That's pretty good. Life was short, and so was I.
But both of those are solid B pluses. I'm happy with either of those. You got another Tom Cruise one?
Mortality Report.
All right, we got 3 good Tom Cruise ones, actually, I think.
Okay.
How about this? Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. I'm one in a hole.
Yeah. Because he'll be just tossed in an unmarked grave?
Probably.
That's your prediction? This is an idea I had that you don't know is coming.
Oh, boy. Here we go again.
So I have a few of these today, and we'll try this one because now it sort of flows. Because it's now, as you have said, it's now Christmas season here in the first week of November.
Right.
That means it's holiday special season. Right. One of the fun things about the holidays is you get to see all your favorite classic holiday shows that you enjoyed as a kid. And the problem is everyone is finding fault with everything that was made let's say 2016. Everything that was made before 2016
is terrible and problematic
and offensive and triggering.
Right.
So I was wondering if you could just sort of tell me the ways in which some of these old specials are problematic and what the remake can do to fix them.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy. This will be fun.
So for example,
yes.
You know what's really offensive to me? Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol.
Mr. Magoo's Christmas Carol. Yes.
Super. I mean, like if you look back at it, really problematic, Brian. I was wondering if you could sort of talk about the problematic parts and how they're going to fix it and clean it up and re-edit it.
Well, this special mocks him for a solid hour.
Yep.
Of his being sight challenged.
Yes.
Where's the comedy in that? You're not supposed to punch down.
Absolutely right.
So when they remake it, in the first 5 minutes when they establish Mr. Magoo, he's going to have LASIK.
Oh, that's an interesting scene for children.
Yeah. So he's going to go to the doctor and he's going to spend a ton of money that's not covered by insurance. And he's going to have his retinas fixed.
Okay.
And then he can see.
And then roll credits because that's I would assume a lengthy procedure.
Well, that plus he has no more obstacles because he can see.
Oh yeah, where's the?
There's really no conflict.
Yeah, the
anymore.
conflict. You got to have conflict.
Yeah, it's gone because that was really his biggest issue. Was he had a hard time seeing things.
Right. That's so true. It's so clearly made by what are they? Ableists.
Ableists. Yeah.
Yeah. Just
and blindphobes.
Yeah, but that's right. All these people are afraid of the blind.
They're blindphobic.
So they make, Thank you, Brian.
Yes, sir.
That's really strong. So that's a great way. Oh, Brian, I mean, this is great. I would love for you to sort of explain to me the problems and then the solutions for the massively offensive The Smurfs Christmas Special.
The Smurfs Christmas Special.
Yes, the Smurfs.
Well, they're people of color. obviously. Gargamel.
Yeah.
Gargamel was, of course, the racist, blue-phobic wizard. Is he a wizard? It's kind of wizardy.
Wizardy, because he wants to also capture Smurfs and turn them into gold.
That's right. Also, they were very diminutive.
That's right.
Which is a fancy way of saying small.
Right.
And he obviously was tiny phobic.
Yes. Oh, yeah, for sure. He's afraid of small things.
And weeniest.
Yep.
Weeist?
I'm not sure. What that is.
He was against vertically challenged people.
Yep.
Doesn't he have a cat?
Azrael.
Gargamel and Azrael. Is the cat also racist and blue-phobic?
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Clearly, I would prosecute them for hate speech.
Hate speech, absolutely. I'll get you, Smurfs.
Yeah, I mean, right there and there, that's hurtful.
Yeah.
Turn you into gold. Oh,
yeah.
Really? Okay.
Well, it's an act of violence. Well, actually, unfortunately, usually is an act of violence. He does try to capture them and melt them. So
yeah, well, I mean, that's a bunch of felonies right there and then.
Right.
So, I mean, I would imagine that their Christmas starts with him getting hauled off to prison and then they just have a really good Christmas.
So, yes.
And again, there's no antagonist anymore. So the story kind of revolves around the blonde Smurf being cutesy.
Right.
But
what do you think about she's the only Smurf in the village who's a woman. I mean,
are you serious? There's only one. There's only one girl Smurf.
Yes, Smurfette.
So where'd all these other Smurfs come from? Is she just like a baby machine? Like what's going on?
Yeah.
I never thought about that.
Yeah. That's probably the pilot episode was just her getting
like, hey, hi. Oh, you again? Wow. That's really fascinating. Because as a kid, you never think about that stuff. But now
all I thought about as a kid is how fertile she is. And just how her.
See, that's what I'm thinking now.
Ovaries must just. If you notice, they were very subtle about it. Every time she would walk onto screen,
she was always toweling off.
Yeah.
She had a huge session.
Yeah. And as a kid, you think it's just, a session of, picking mushrooms or whatever. But in fact, she's just getting.
Everybody's swiping right on that thing.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's the only choice.
God, that's really weird and kind of creepy.
Yeah. But I say we keep that in the Christmas special, in the new version.
I mean, if you don't, then nobody's going to watch this thing because, I mean, there's nothing threatening them. So all you got now is just the sex appeal.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of Smurfette.
Yep. Pretty hot. So, Brian, I was wondering, obviously, let's keep it in the animated world. A Garfield Christmas is one of the most offensive things I've ever seen.
Because Garfield has never been funny.
Yeah, that's the only thing I was talking about.
Have you ever laughed at Garfield?
Even as a kid, let me think. No.
Well, Garfield's problematic once again because fat shaming.
Mm-hmm. Obviously, Odie seems. Can you still say retarded?
No.
Okay. Well, he's
differently brained.
And I don't think you can represent dogs that way anymore.
As dummies?
Yeah, I think dogs all have to be represented as empowered, super intelligent creatures.
Okay.
Like Odie should be in a wheelchair and like solving physics problems. That's how you remake that movie. That's how you fix it.
Garfield is emancipated from John, is no longer, subject to John's whims.
That's right.
Does his own thing.
Yep.
And John's a big dummy.
Yes. He should be made even dumber. Well, good. Well, that solves Garfield. Now we're going to get into the last couple are absolute classics, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
And they're really problematic.
Uh-oh.
I mean, if you go back and look at them, you're going to think of the things right away that are problematic about them. Right. Frosty the Snowman, one of the greatest Christmas specials of all time.
Yeah.
Obviously, how are we going to clean up Frosty to not traumatize children?
Well, the pipe's got to go because, smoking, no, sir.
Yep. So Frosty's vaping now.
Yeah. Two eyes made out of coal?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think so.
Oh, yeah.
Coal? You kidding me? In this day and age?
Yep.
They need to be made out of geothermal power. Now, does that rhyme well in the song? No, it doesn't. But we'll make it work.
That's right. Good. With a vaping
stick
and a button nose.
And two eyes made out of geothermal power. Yeah, that has to be worked out. That's a tough one. So,
well, I mean, already you found a bunch of problematic things just with the Frosty character.
The carrot nose, or is it a button nose or a carrot? I thought it had to be a carrot. Corncob pipe and a button nose, right?
Yeah, that's what the song says. A button nose.
In the cartoon, didn't they use a carrot as a nose?
I'm sure he did.
Right?
Hold on. I'm pulling up an image on the internet right now.
My childhood's falling apart.
No, in the cartoon, it is a red button. Look at that.
Is it really?
Yep. Look at that.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Look how your memory changes over time.
I know. I was sure
that there was a carrot sticking out of his face.
Wow.
But it's a button nose. So,
yep.
All right. Corncob pipe got to go. Button nose can stay. There must have been some magic in that old black hat they found, because when they put it on his head, he began to dance around or move around.
Yeah, he began to dance around, which is cultural appropriation. He didn't invent dancing. Humans did. And what about kids in wheelchairs?
When they put it on his head, he began to stand there.
He began to stand there.
Stupid movie.
Brian.
Yes, sir.
Maybe the most popular of them all.
Yes.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
How the Grinch Stole Christmas. A classic.
A classic for racists.
You know, his name was it's Dr. Seuss.
Is that true?
Yeah, he's supposed to pronounce it that way, but everybody calls him Dr. Seuss.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yeah, it rhymes with Joyce.
But I thought, isn't his real name like Theodore Geisel or something? So where did the Seiss come?
I don't know. I just read stupid things.
Okay.
All
right, here's an article called from 11 words you're probably mispronouncing.
Okay, that's my kind of article.
Yep. Okay, here we go. Seuss. Pen names don't always make things easier. Theodore Geisel's college buddy Alexander Liang made a rhyme to teach you the right way to pronounce it. You're wrong as the deuce, and you shouldn't rejoice. If you're calling him Seuss, he pronounces it Soyce.
So I was correct,
You
sir.
are correct. That's crazy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Wow.
Vindicated. My stupid knowledge of little ditzy trivia.
Yeah.
All right.
That actually is interesting. There's a takeaway.
Dr. Seuss.
Dr. Seuss.
So How the Grinch Stole Christmas.
Has a lot of Seussian rhymes in it.
I mean, first of all, he's a miserable capitalist. Strolls into a village full of poor people and steals all their crap.
Yep.
And then the obsession with roast beast is disgusting to me as a militant vegan.
Mm-hmm.
What are they called? Wahoos? What are they?
Yeah, they're the Wahoos.
I don't know what they are.
Oh, gosh.
They're somethings, right? They have a little name.
Yes. The Who's in Whoville.
Oh, the Who's in Whoville. That's right. Yeah. But now they'd be the Thems in Themville.
Yes, exactly right.
Jack.
Yes, Brian.
Guess what?
I can't imagine what.
I have some news that you missed.
Really?
Yes. So as you know, the Trump cycle every day, every week, he pretty much dominates the news, and a lot of stuff slips through the cracks.
Yes.
Do you agree?
I do agree.
Do you understand what's happening here?
I understand the premise of this bit.
Yes.
Yes.
So I find the news that you missed. And here it is.
And this is stuff I can Google and find, and it's not made up, right? You didn't write this and surprise me with it, right? Like, this is stuff you're just reading from a news website.
Yes.
Okay, I believe you. Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, Jack, you've heard of Kirsten Gillibrand, right?
Yes, of course.
Right? See, apparently, the New York senator is very sorry for wasting everyone's time by running for president.
Okay.
So speaking next to a pile of cinder blocks in her upstate New York backyard, Gillibrand told a bird feeder that she had absolutely no idea that she was so incredibly unlikable and such an utterly empty vessel.
Oh.
Now, while reeling in a garden hose in preparation for winter, the 52-year-old wept softly and told a bag of mulch that she didn't realize most of her own party absolutely despised her for the act of opportunistically tossing Senator Al Franken under the bus in order to gain some unwarranted lady virtue points. Gillibrand then sat on a mold-covered plastic lawn chair and asked a caterpillar if it would be her friend. The caterpillar, Jack, said no.
Oh. Shoot, I was hoping for better for her. Well, did she think those things were like reporters or friends?
I guess.
Oh, that's sad.
Jack, have you ever had a speeding ticket?
I did once. It was very upsetting.
I've had a few speeding tickets myself.
I can imagine.
And, when they hand you the ticket through the window, they always say something like, oh, we're looking out for you, trying to keep the roads safe, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Well, Jack, on Monday, Massachusetts State Police Chief Jacob Schneider admitted that speed traps are not in any way meant to improve safety, and that their sole purpose was revenue generation for bankrupt tiny towns and, ironically, a way to pay for having too many corrupt Massachusetts state police. Can you believe that, Jack?
I can't believe you would admit that.
Yeah, it's weird. Now, Schneider said that they decided to fess up after realizing that everyone had been on to them for years, especially when they regularly blow by you on the turnpike doing 90 miles an hour. And he said from this point onward, as the officer hands you a ticket, he's just going to come out and say something like, sorry, buddy, Pittsfield needs money more than you do. Plus, I've been padding my overtime.
Wow. You know, Brian, it almost feels like that story is personal.
Nope. Jack.
Yes?
I have more news.
Oh, I'm shocked.
Bose Audio Jack. Have you heard of them?
We just got was it Bose? We just got an audio system in my house for my birthday.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Fancy.
Yeah.
Things are going well, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
Well, Jack, the maker of high-end audio equipment, Bose, announced that it will be debuting the new Bose OC1. It's an opinion-canceling headset that uses state-of-the-art technology to convert the uninformed and infuriating views of everyone around you into soothing white noise, Jack.
Oh.
Now, Bose CEO Philip Hess says the new technology is a game changer and will prevent you from hearing or engaging with ideas and things you don't like, almost like a portable safe space. The company hopes to release their opinion-canceling headsets right before Thanksgiving so that you can avoid hearing your stupid uncle rant during dinner about his half-assed politics, which were formed after something someone said on The View. Now, Hess said that he believes the OC1 will be incredibly popular during this coming election year. And he also cautions that while they will prevent you from hearing opinions you don't like, they can't prevent you from seeing opinions you don't like. So he recommends removing Twitter and Facebook right before poking your eyes out.
That's opinion canceling headphones. That's perfect for 2019. That would be the hottest item. Be like an Oculus.
It will be the hottest item, Jack. It's a real news item.
Man, if that were fake, I would say keep that and make it real because you'll be a trillionaire.
Well, I don't know how to do the technology part of that, Jack.
Well, then just release it as a gag in a podcast.
There you go. Sold to the lowest bidder for no dollars.
So, Brian.
Yeah, Jack.
I'm really excited because now's the time of the show where we interview someone.
That's my favorite part of the show, quite honestly.
Oh,
I don't really enjoy the back and forth between us.
Sure.
I don't particularly feel engaged when I'm talking to you. I don't.
Very little connection.
I derive very little enjoyment. But when we get to the interview part, very, very exciting for me.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Thank you.
It kind of makes the first slog. It's like, oh, yeah, come on.
Yeah, get over. So we can get to
in the back of my head, it's like, come on.
Absolutely. No, I could sometimes, by the way, if people turn up the volume, you could hear it in our exchanges.
Yeah. Yeah, the microphones will pick up our thoughts.
Actually, just in case, why don't we play back our one of our more popular bits from the other day and see if you can hear it. It made my dad most angry. One is such a simple little thing, but I just remember him yelling at me about it and me getting in trouble. And that was when I would wear my shoes into the house. He wanted me to leave my shoes right by the door. And I just remember him yelling at me. And this is like when I was 8 or 9. And I just thought it was so stupid. Like, let me just wear my shoes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if people, maybe that didn't come across. Maybe they won't be able to hear that. So we are finally at that point, Brian, where we've got the interview. I know how excited you are. And this one is a big one. This is a newsmaker like we haven't had before.
Who?
We've had some celebrities. So we have Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi, the new leader of ISIS, Brian, is in the house.
Yikes.
And going to be on our podcast.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that exciting, though?
A little creepy, but yeah.
Creepy, but exciting. Like, we get to ask some pretty hard-hitting questions.
Yeah.
So why don't we bring him out? So you know him from his work as... yeah?
Oh, my God.
What?
I got to go. I'm sorry. I know you're going to get...
You can't... What do you... Why? We're about to interview the new leader of ISIS.
Have you been down to the Oculus at the World Trade Center?
No.
It's a big, expensive shopping mall that was built by bin Laden, basically.
Oh, no.
So they've got this shopping mall there, and it's underneath World Trade Center 3 and 4.
Yeah.
And it's like a big high-end shopping mall, and all the stores just keep going out of business. I love it. I love to go there and just sit there and watch the stores go out of business.
Oh, so sort of like watching, like people watching, you can just see like boom, 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 boom.
It's the things go out of business so quickly. at this mall there that it's mind boggling. So I need to go down there because I don't even know. We just lost the coffee shop last week, and I'm waiting for Kusmi Tea to call it quits.
Oh,
so I might just sit outside of there and just see if they shutter or Swatch. I don't know. I can't. It's super exciting.
Well, normally when you wind up not doing these big interviews with me, normally there's like a little bit of urgency behind them, even though I still find it to be unacceptable and unprofessional.
Yeah.
This is just you. You're just people watching.
I just really enjoy it. I got to tell you, sometimes I got to do stuff for me. I don't like to use the third person. My dad always said it meant you were crazy, but Brian really wants to go down there and watch the stores go out of business.
Well, if I feel very abandoned by this, Brian. I don't think this is cool at all.
I apologize.
Yeah, you can form in a question, but I don't think you're sorry. But go ahead. If you're going to leave, go.
I'm sorry.
No, don't. Just go.
I'm sorry.
Nope, that's just a weirder way of asking a question. That's not a question. Just go.
You mind?
Yes.
All right. I'll be back.
No, you won't.
All right. Well, later.
Yeah, next episode.
Yep. For sure. What the? Jack, are these yours?
What, Brian?
Are these your sheep?
No. Oh, no, that's our guest's sheep. He's the leader of ISIS. He thinks it's currency.
One got out.
Is it in?
No. I think that sound was the sheep being hit by a bus.
Brian, damn it.
I'll see you next week. Say sorry to the guy.
Can you do it?
Ask a lot of questions.
Good note, Brian. Thanks. I'm sorry about that, everybody. Let's get right to the chase. We have a major newsmaker here. This is going to be big for the podcast. I think all the news outlets are going to pick this up. I would like to welcome our guest, Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Kushari, the new leader of ISIS.
You can call me Abu.
Abu. Okay. Thank you, Abu.
Yes, Abu.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Is this your first time in New York?
Yes, it is. Yes. I like it very much.
Yeah?
Yes.
What as a tourist, let's say, as a first timer,
Yes.
What are your thoughts on the city?
I love the city. Went down to Ground Zero, checked it out. It was very nice.
Yeah, sort of a, stoic, sad place to be.
Love it.
Okay, yeah. I mean, sort of for us, it's
Yes.
very sad.
Oh, sure. Well, what's fascinating to me is the Statue of Liberty is so small. Yeah. You think it's much bigger in the movies. And then you look at it, I could blow that up.
Huh. Well, your English is pretty good, by the way.
Thank you.
Where did you pick it up?
The University of Phoenix online.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, that's really
Excellent course.
You got your degree?
Yes, I have a doctorate.
In what?
Women's studies.
No kidding.
Yes.
And have you used your degree in any way?
Not particularly. Not a lot of women where I am. And the ones who are there pretty much stay indoors a lot, Jack.
Sure. What do they do? They're homemakers?
Homemakers, home hiders, homestayers, the usual.
Yeah. Okay. I guess that makes sense. Where were you during the raid that killed al-Baghdadi?
Or al-Baghdadi.
Al-Baghdadi, excuse me.
Al-Baghdadi. Oh, yes. Well, I was actually getting lunch at Blimpie.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't know you had a Blimpie over there.
Yes, there's a Blimpie just outside of Kazakhstan, and I went there.
Okay.
Yes.
Boy, that's, you hear about the conditions in Afghanistan. And,
Oh, it's not so good.
yeah. Then you hear that there's a Blimpie and you realize just how bad it is.
Yes.
That's really...
Oh, I see where you went with that.
Now that you're in charge.
Yeah.
Now that you're the sort of big man on campus, what plans do you have for ISIS?
Well, Jack, we learned over the years that people react very negatively to our tactics.
Mm-hmm.
They're standing up, firing a machine gun into a crowd of people. They don't like it.
Oh.
Jack, car bombs, they don't like it. Kidnappings, beheadings, they don't like it.
Mm-hmm.
So al-Baghdadi was just about to release this new methodology. We call it Jizadun.
Oh gosh, that sounds scary. What? I'm afraid to ask. What does that mean?
Jack, Jizadun is the jihad of annoyance. Our plan is to annoy the West until they succumb to the will of Allah. And to do this, Jack, we will annoy the living crap out of you.
That sounds horrifying, I guess. Like what? Like annoy us by killing a bunch of civilians?
No, Jack. As I told you, killing civilians is not popular. We have learned it is negative, but annoying them is somewhat more acceptable. So, Jack, what we will do? Well, imagine you with your bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sitting there, and someone, a brave and noble lion of the caliphate, comes running up with a padlock and locks your bike to a telephone pole.
Oh, what a jerk.
Laughing all the way, Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar, running down the street. What do you do now, Jack? You don't have a bike anymore, do you?
No.
Then you will succumb to the will of Allah.
God, would I go that far in that moment?
Oh, it might take time, but we have other plans, Jack.
Like what?
Well, imagine you're just about to sit down to watch the season finale of Game of Thrones, Jack.
Oh, yes. One of the big moments of the year for me.
Yes. And then a noble warrior comes running into the room.
No.
Jon kills Daenerys.
No
and
way.
Runs out the window, Jack.
No.
Yes, Jack. We will spoil movies, television, you name it.
Monsters.
Yes, we are willing to do that, Jack. Until you succumb to the will of Allah.
Okay, what? Okay. I give up.
Already?
Yes.
I have more.
Well, I'm on your. Okay, fine. What else do you have for the people who are stronger than I?
Imagine, Jack, you like to post your recipes on the internet.
I can't imagine being that boring.
Well, imagine you do.
Okay.
And then someone posts a review saying, I exchanged the sugar for agave syrup and these cookies are terrible. And they give you a 1-star review, Jack.
But you didn't follow the recipe. Why would you?
It doesn't matter. I do it for Allah.
Oh, that is annoying. Just follow the recipe and the cookies would turn out great.
We will annoy you with Jizadun.
God, the Jizadun is this despicable act.
You will succumb to the will of Allah.
Can't you just kill some people I don't know?
I don't want to kill anybody anymore, Jack. It's super unpopular. I don't know if you've noticed.
Oh, God, I'm so annoyed right now.
We will park in front of the Lincoln Tunnel and run away screaming, ha 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 ha.
But then I can't get out of the city in a timely way.
Jack.
You bastard.
You'll be so annoyed you will succumb to the will of Allah.
You're a bastard.
What?
You know what? You're right. I'm better than that. I am sorry I got angry.
Shakram.
Well, let me ask you this. This sounds like it's a heinous, brilliant new tactic.
Yes, Jack.
And
we spent a lot of time formulating this, Jack.
I guess you've had time.
Yes, well, not a lot going on, being honest.
Okay. Thanks.
Caliphate got a little smaller than we expected.
Yeah, I bet it did. So has the pullout of U.S. troops helped you, do you think?
It is very hard, Jack, we learned, to fight people who have weapons.
Sure, I would imagine.
Very difficult. So much easier to kill soft targets. But when it's somebody with a gun, maybe a sight on the gun, maybe night vision goggles, much harder.
Yeah, when the people are trained.
Yeah, not good. And we don't do so well in these environments. That's the biggest problem we face.
I would imagine that would be.
If one thing, it's your baby shower, you walk in, hug up, and you blow yourself up, Jack.
Yeah.
That's one thing.
Yep.
It's another if there's the 4th Armored Divisions over there. Let's go take them out. Never works as planned.
Yeah, baby shower versus the 4th Armored Division.
Yeah.
So in what other ways, what other big changes will we see and that are going to affect our day-to-day life throughout this country?
Well, we have a lot of new fonts.
A lot of new fonts.
Yes, Jack.
We should only be 1 or 2 fonts. That's all we need. I see the list on my Microsoft Word and it drives me crazy because I don't know what they all are.
Well, Jack, I will have you know that we have smuggled on a thumb drive every font you can imagine, every size.
Why would you just pick one serif or sans serif?
We are going to attack you with fonts like you have never seen before. All the ISIS media will be so filled with different fonts, you will be perplexed, you will be confused, you will not understand what is happening, and you will submit to the will of Allah.
God, I miss the old guy. I miss al-Baghdadi.
He was a bit of a dick, to be honest.
How do you recruit fighters to your cause?
Well, it's a little difficult, being honest. Because maybe you get the first batch, fool me once. But then when they realize they get killed, and then the next batch gets 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 killed.
Okay.
And and one more batch gets killed, and then you're like, oh, come join us in this fight for this glorious caliphate. And they say, well, I don't know, a lot of my friends, they got killed.
Right. Literally, they're all dead.
Yes. But there are 2 ways to combat this, Jack.
Okay.
One, you say, well, they're not really dead. They're martyred. They're in paradise with Allah and a lot of sexy ladies who've never had sex before.
Oh, yeah.
And
as most sexy ladies haven't.
That's correct. Oh, wait. Maybe there's a problem with them that nobody's having sex with them. If they're very pretty.
Yeah.
Maybe they're not very pretty, Jack.
Oh,
that's something to worry about. I will talk to my imam.
Here's a question for you. Why do you think your interpretation of Islam is the proper one?
No, Jack, I don't want to get into details.
No, you just made a sound and that was not an answer to a question.
It's not an it?
No.
It cut me. Listen, the most important thing, Jack.
Yes.
Jack, is to understand that there is only one God but Allah, and Muhammad is his messenger.
If that's what you want us to say, absolutely.
That is what is on the flag of ISIS, Jack.
Is it?
Yes. And coincidentally, the flag of Saudi Arabia. Isn't that interesting, Jack?
Well, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you, Jack. Or as we say, shakram.
Okay, shakram.
Shakram.
Okay. So if you could just, there's
I'm missing one sheep, Brenda.
Oh, Brenda?
Yeah.
It's a pretty name.
Thank you.
Yeah, if you
It's a pretty sheep. By the way, you may have noticed your phone.
Yeah.
Try your passcode.
Okay, hold on. You monster.
Jizadun!
Go! That was Abu Ibrahim al-Hashimi al-Qurashi, the vile new leader of ISIS. Okay. Thank you all for listening so much. Please subscribe to this podcast. Don't just listen once. Please subscribe and keep listening. Give us 5 stars. I'm not afraid to ask for it. If Brian was here, he'd cringe. I don't care. Go ahead and give us 5 stars. Thank you so much for your listening and for your support. We love you guys, and we will see you again next week. Happy holidays.
That was questionable material. Subscribe to this podcast. Visit us at qmpodcast.com. Email us at contact@qmpodcast.com. Follow us on Twitter at questionablemat with 1 T.